You want to box like this when you are about to be faced with an opposition that's actually larger than you. And the reason why we created this segment is literally to give you the insight on how to use a discipline like boxing to overcome any hurdle that you run into in your life and enhance the actual hurdles that you're dealing with right now, meaning the things that's going good, how to even get further ahead in that world. So, we're going to show you a behind the scenes of a physical training program that we actually did, working on going for our first amateur title for my third group of men that I actually had the opportunity to work with. This one actually came from the world of MMA, and he was wanting to become a much more effective boxer. So, what we did was let him know exactly and showed him how it looks in the world of boxing when you're mastering the science of being a footwork artist, a presser against someone who has a larger frame than you. So, use these techniques. This is a great skill set. At the end, there's going to be a sparring segment to show you how to pull each of these things together. So you're going to want to stay around for that. And it just gives you just deeper insight of what it looks like when you're going up against somebody. If you're faced with a larger foe and you don't know how to do it, this is how you close the gap from our Peekaboo training system, volume 1. Check it out and enjoy the take. Because most people have a lot of trouble closing the gap, getting stuck outside, and getting beat up from the outside. And when you can't close the gap, that means you cannot get close enough to let your hands go. Once you take the lessons here, you're going to understand that there are a variation of ways to close the gap. But you have to actually practice this. And one you're going to find in this segment here is we're going to take techniques that we built off of our Peekaboo. And this will help you understand that there are three facets that have to all operate together. First is the mind. Second is the upper torso. So you're going to learn how to move that using the base and getting inside the shots, avoiding hooks and overhands so that you can get to the bread basket. And this lesson will help you have more confidence. Now, you have to remember that you must exercise it enough. So that's one thing that we hang our hat on. We make sure that you understand how long you have to do these drills before you're comfortable inside of the ring. So we're going to start off using the head slip ball. And that slip ball is going to give you just the necessary navigation that you're going to need to get to that guy and get used to developing the trunk so that you can make these moves. And we don't have to look like Mike Tyson, but we do have to look like you. So take these drills that are going to show you exactly how to close the gap using your upper torso and knowing exactly how to fixate your eyes on the opposition. There's a bevy of drills that we're going to give you guys, and this is our gift to you, because one thing's for sure, the more you know and understand how to do it, the more likely you are to actually become a real student of the game and execute the sport of boxing like it should be. So take this first segment, dive in, digest it, and then we're going to skip directly into another section of closing the gap. Work time. The first phases of getting away from a punch is creating an illusion. The first illusion, this bag, the ball, we call it, slip ball. Whenever you're throwing, whenever it's coming at you, your objective is to get used to eluding punches. The difference with the peekaboo style is whenever you're doing it, you have to have such conditioning because it takes so many body mechanics at one time, explosive movements. So this ball will help you get used to doing it. So some of the drills that we do is breaking, pop, stepping off, head pops, mastering the side so the slip fall. So you see my feet, they go left side to right, boom, and the torso. It goes around and round. And if you can tell, I'm constantly looking at the ball. Pop, pop. Now that's a side to side movement. You're peeping on here, over here. Each look, your head should be outlined outside of the shoulder. So just say, for instance, the seam of his shoulder, if he got a shirt on, seam is right here. You want to peek right out there because then you're outside of his power. So that's where the peekaboo style out. It was boom, 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 boom. Now that is going lateral. Now you want to create an angle with your peak. So when you go to the angle, you go there, then there, here. As you can see, there's a slight of my feet now. Boom. Not only am I going outside of the shoulder, but now I'm going off to an angle where I can deliver a shot. Pop, pop, to the body. And once again, keeping my eye on the opponent. A lot of guys, they blind themselves and they do not keep their eyes on their opponent. You have to train yourself with a high guard. You have to train yourself to look directly into the opponent's face so you can see exactly where he's looking. Pop. And that's the second drill. Slip ball brings you a lot of different elements that you're going to have to use inside of the ring because you don't want the hooks to lay. So when that ball's coming, you envision that as a hook. You get used to swimming, using that torso. And that's how you start it. Everything doesn't have to be fast when you're learning. So go up under here. Each one of these drills should last approximately 2 minutes, allowing your body to get adapted through the movement. So remember, tier 1 in 2 minutes. Here, here, here. Keep your eyes on that ball. Every once in a while, you'll find yourself losing concentration and taking your eyes off. Don't worry, it takes reps to do that. I've done it several times just during this segment. But the objective is to condition yourself to not take your eyes off the ball. So keep it. And if you look at Mike Tyson's fights, you'll notice that he's always looking into the face of that person that he's about to break down. So bang. And the more you're focused on keeping your eyes on the prize, the more effective your peekaboo style will be. Next, we're going to do some shadow box drills that'll help you become a master at developing the peekaboo style and also some conditioning tips. Now that set of drills right there, this is what we wanted to make sure everybody knows. Now, the shadow box drill will give you enlightenment on just the components of shadow boxing, but that leads you to what we call the forward press. And after that skill, what you're going to learn is how to move after you slip, because that's where most people are actually getting it wrong. They slip and they don't understand when to press, and you have to literally build the mechanics for your actual movement. And that comes with another circuit of drills. And that's why you haven't had the proper success or what it appeared to be or what it should have been after you've drilled and drilled and drilled. But when you get into the ring, or if you're just practicing in shadow boxing, like you can't get past that jab. You can't get closer to the opposition. And that's what it's going to literally show you. So for those of you who want to see the sparring and these other drills, in the comment box is what we're going to do, because this segment can only be 7 minutes. And we've already reached that because we have to tap into our YouTube algorithm. So if it goes over a certain time, it won't work good. But for those of you who do want to see the complete program, that complete, I think it's like 15 minutes of some serious pearls, plus the sparring, make sure you take a second and just type the word boxing down below. And someone will definitely hit you up in the inbox and give you the link to see the entire video segment. So, thanks again for taking the time to watch. Hopefully, this was something that gave you real enlightenment of what we're here doing, showing you exactly box like this in order to close the gap and conquer any foe, no matter how large they are. And this is how you go about doing it. Subscribe if you like this kind of content to help you further along your career, whether you're a trainer or an actual competitive boxer or a gym owner, literally trying to get it into your gyms so that you can have a competitive program. My name is Eric A. Bradley, coach that is, and we teach boxing, the business of boxing that is. Peace.